Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I am Minna, nutrition coaches and success mentors. We created the Focal Academy to teach and mentor people like you to achieve true health and healthy relationships through nutrition, exercise, mindset, and lifestyle changes. Now today we're going to talk about coffee. As a consultant, I regularly go to client sites to work. Some of the workplaces in Silicon Valley they give you everything, right? They give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks in between. They have Coke machines, energy drink machines, candies, nuts, espresso bars, everything. And then there are some offices where they only give you the basics like coffee and water. So one time, I was at this particular office where the people has been complaining about the coffee for a while. And one day, while I was working at my desk, I saw a lot of workers made a way towards the lunchroom. And since it wasn't lunchtime, it's a little bit strange. So I kept on working, and then I started hearing clapping and cheering. And that got me curious. So I followed the crowd and I went to see what the party is about. At the lunchroom, there was a brand spanking new coffee machine. The new ones, the ones that uses the coffee pots. So all you have to do is push in a coffee pot, press a button, and voila, you get a hot cup of coffee. And that's all there is. That's all the clapping, all the cheering, people dropping their work, leaving the desk just to check out this new coffee machine. As ridiculous as this may sound, coffee has become a big part of our culture within the last 15-20 years. And I'm sure that Starbucks played a big part in building this as a culture, but the fact is, even before Starbucks, everybody was already drinking coffee. Coffee has been around for over 500 years. Nowadays, we're just pickier about it.
According to WebMD, more than 3/4 of us drink coffee every day. An average person drinks about 3 cups a day. Some people I know don't even drink that much water, so coffee has really become part of most people's lives. Just as a reference, because every coffee is different, ground coffee tends to have more caffeine than instant coffee. On average, instant coffee has about 65 milligrams per 5-ounce cup, and ground coffee tends to have about 115 milligrams per cup. A grande cup of coffee has about 330 milligrams of caffeine, which is 7 times more than 1 can of Diet Coke. Don't forget, even decaf coffee has some caffeine in it. In contrast, an average espresso contains only about 64 milligrams, and a cup of green tea has about 44 milligrams. Nowadays, coffee is cultivated from over 70 countries worldwide, but the first coffee actually came from Africa. There are more than 25 major species of coffee plants in Africa, mainly in Ethiopia, and coffee plant commonly believed to be a berry is actually related to the Gardenia family. If you brew your own coffee, some people store them in the freezer, some store them in the fridge to preserve the aroma, but the best place to actually store coffee is leaving it on the counter. Store it in a dark, cool place in an airtight holder. Something made of glass or ceramic is probably best to prevent moisture from seeping into the container. Of course, if you use coffee pots, then you don't even have to worry about storage.
Coffee has been controversial for a long time. Some claims that there are risks involved with drinking too much coffee, and some claims that there are tremendous health benefits with drinking coffee. The fact is, up until now, experts are still inconclusive about whether coffee is good or bad for us. So let's talk about the health risks first. When you drink coffee, tea, or soda, anything that contains caffeine, since caffeine is really a stimulant, every person will react differently. For some people, it will make them jittery, irritable, or even confused. More than likely, it will just make it more difficult for you to go to sleep. Caffeine's impact on the brain is generally to make you feel more awake and alert. In some, it may make you jittery, irritable, or even confused. Too much coffee can lead to faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Now, having too much caffeine usually means about 600 milligrams or more, which will leave you tired and unfocused. According to the National Institute of Health, symptoms of excessive caffeine include nausea, headaches, dizziness, restlessness, jitters, shakiness, making concentration difficult. Other side effects include increased urination, depression, anxiety, and difficulty getting adequate, deep, continuous sleep. Caffeine can also be dehydrating, leading to increased fatigue in individuals who are not regular consumers. On the other hand, coffee also has some good health benefits. Now, WebMD claims that drinking coffee may lower your risk of both gallstones and type 2 diabetes. Coffee beans are high in antioxidants, which can help fight diseases and reduce inflammation. Now, some research also claim that coffee is good for protection against neurodegenerative diseases, improved heart health, cancer protection, diabetes protection, ability to fight depression, increase energy and concentration, better physical performance, improve asthma control, and lower the risk of selected gastrointestinal diseases.
Our recommendations, as always, take it in moderation. Coffee may be high in antioxidants, but it is always better to get antioxidants from fruits and vegetables without the potential health risks. So what is considered moderation? As a general rule for healthy adults, moderation means about 500 milligrams of caffeine per day, which is about 5 cups of homebrewed regular coffee, or a little more than 1 grande Starbucks coffee, which has about 330 milligrams. For pregnant women, the amount is much less, about 200 milligrams daily, or less, if none at all. In a recent study, coffee consumption among pregnant women was associated with preterm birth, low birth weight, and pregnancy weight. Women who are also prone to fractures increases the risk. There are other concerns that you need to think about as well. Coffee is known to be one of the most contaminated crops worldwide, so make sure to buy and drink organic coffee whenever possible. Conventionally grown coffee is heavily sprayed with pesticides, chemicals, and combined with solvents. If you're prone to anxiety, sleep-related problems, or insomnia, or heart problems and palpitations, you may need to stay away from coffee. You have to listen to your body to see how much coffee is best for you. Even if caffeine does not make you feel jittery and anxious, caffeine is still a substance that can alter mood and physiology. It has the ability to impact your hormones, neurotransmitter functions, your nerve signal, and muscles, especially if you have existing health conditions such as anxiety, heart problems, or diabetes. Well, time for our coffee. Till next time, love what you live and live what you love.